DavidSLandes, The Wealth and Poverty of Nations, Why Some Are So Rich and Some So Poor. Delve into the intriguing world of The Wealth and Poverty of Nations, Why Some Are So Rich and Some So Poor by DavidSLandes, as it unravels the factors behind global inequalities in wealth and progress. With a masterful storytelling approach, Landis reflects on the course of world history to explore the prevailing currents of technological advancement, hygiene, and the spread of knowledge. This accessible and engaging summary takes you through a journey of important historical events and innovations, from the European Industrial Revolution to the rise of city communes and inventions that transformed early societal life. Fasten your seatbelts for an insightful voyage that examines the roots of modernization and examines the disparities between the haves and have-nots.
Building business through time. The most successful societies in building businesses have followed technological advancements. This book highlights pivotal historic events that made them more modern. Advances in hygiene and disease prevention. In the mid-19th century, gastrointestinal infections were rampant due to the lack of basic sanitation, washable clothing material, and awareness of hand washing. Jews and Muslims tended to live longer due to their religious beliefs that required them to wash. The Industrial Revolution brought significant changes. Cheap, washable cotton and mass-produced soap became widely available. These advances in hygiene and disease prevention allowed the average person to afford basic sanitation and prevent diseases. Today, we take simple medications for granted, which were not available during the time of Nathan Rothschild's death from a minor infection. The relationship between nutrition, health, and geography. The availability of better food coupled with reliable transportation has helped to eradicate famine and led to improved nutrition and health outcomes. Industrialized countries with universal healthcare have seen a decrease in childhood diseases and an increase in lifespan in recent years. However, access to medical and scientific knowledge is not evenly distributed among nations. The growing wealth gap between the haves and the have-nots is the new North-South division. For global harmony to prevail, wealthy nations must extend help to poorer countries without resorting to biased attitudes such as Eurocentrism. Lessons from geography. Geography has a profound effect on people's lives, from the climate they live in to the resources available to them. Extreme weather conditions can lead to illness and disease, and it is better to prevent these issues rather than trying to cure them. Water resources are essential for drawing and keeping populations, and moderate climates provide people with more living energy. Historical factors, such as the type of horses raised in a region, can also have an impact on transportation and labor. Despite advances in technology, geographic constraints still play a powerful role in shaping societies. Private property and the development of European society. The development of private property had a significant impact on European society during the Middle Ages. Unlike Oriental despotism where the aristocratic ruler owns everything, Greek democracy and private property rights guided European society, enabling entrepreneurs to develop their property without fear of arbitrary seizure by martial aristocrats. Europe's medieval world supported private ownership through a combination of its classical legacy, Germanic tribal laws and customs, and Judaic-Christian tradition. The semi-autonomous city, or commune, was a crucial development for the economic as well as civil power. European rulers had to compete with each other for residence in their areas, leading to communal prosperity and serf emancipation. In contrast, Chinese rulers never trusted their subjects and moved people around involuntarily according to needs perceived at the time. A lesson learned from history is that the world has never been a level playing field, and everything costs. Innovation and power dynamics. The influence of power dynamics on innovation in Western Europe, Islamic societies, China, and India during medieval times is examined in this book's summary. This book's summary discusses how power dynamics influenced innovation in medieval times, specifically in Western Europe, Islamic societies, China, and India. In Western Europe, the separation of religious and governmental power created space for intellectual dissent, leading to innovations such as the medieval economic revolution, which saw agricultural and food supply innovations. In Islamic societies, religious power held the highest level of authority, resulting in the belief that a perfect government should be religious. China lacked a dominant faith and instead tolerated different religions, but the mandarinate and imperial court suffocated opposition and new ideas. The Chinese felt hostile towards external information and methods, even if they had utility. The book's summary also notes that Indian cottons transformed European fashion, with their lighter and cheaper alternatives to wool. Innovation also bubbled up from below in medieval times. In towns, corporate guilds strictly ruled what craftsmen could do, but rules could be outsmarted by outsiders who moved beyond the suburbs. Craftsmen even outsourced extra work to suburban workers. Urban rules ended outside cities, allowing women and children to do such work in rural cottages. Italy and the Low Countries eventually halted such outsourcing, while England continued and grew. Thus, innovation was diffused by example, demonstrating how power dynamics could either stifle or encourage innovation. European innovations that shaped the world. The Middle Ages saw Europe develop new technologies that revolutionized industries such as woolen clothing, papermaking, and grinding of grains, metals, and beer hops using watermills. Eyeglasses extended the medieval craftsmen's working lives, while mechanical clocks organized collective activity, rationed space, and brought organization to personal and group lives. Europeans created the printing press, unlike the Chinese, who controlled it due to fear of dissent. While other societies lagged behind, Europeans flourished due to their positive attitude, secular concerns, standardizing production, improving gunpowder, and integrating sugar plantations into a larger economic system. International trade and economic advancement. International trade is not an equitable process as there are always winners and losers. The key to success is being flexible and responsive to market signals. However, greed also needs to be controlled by moral codes. Technological advances can benefit some and harm others, and foreign aid can have both positive and negative effects. For nations to prosper, they need to be built on qualities such as hard work, honesty, thrift, patience, and tenacity.
As we conclude our journey through DavidSLandes' The Wealth and Poverty of Nations, we reflect on the myriad factors that have shaped the economic and social progress of various societies and left a lasting legacy on the world map. Through the detailed exploration of technological advances, the establishment of private property, and the rise of specialized labor, we now understand how societies sowed the seeds for what we see today. This thought-provoking book has also highlighted the growing rich-poor gap, and it serves as a reminder of the need for empathy and cooperation in addressing global inequalities. Ultimately, The Wealth and Poverty of Nations teaches us the importance of diligence, adaptability, and perseverance in shaping modern society and the need to overcome limitations and build a better world for all.